Hi everyone, this is Globites Year 6 through 15 review by Amber Newton, Madison Heinley, and Drew Hawkins. A little about us as the executives. Our CFO was Amber Newton. Amber oversaw the financial reports as well as cash flow. She worked on the repurchasing of stocks as well as gathering and analyzing the financial statistics of our competitors and Globite year to year. I myself served as the Chief Commercial Officer. I oversaw the production of the cameras and the drones along with the product design. I also worked on the company's corporate citizenship, and our chief marketing officer was Drew Hawkins. Drew focused on the marketing for both the cameras and the drones. This involves the selling price, advertising, sales promotion, and the retailer support budget. A little about our strategy. Our strategy started out as low cost with decent quality. We soon noticed that this was not working equally as good for the drones and as good for the cameras. So we switched the drone strategy to a higher price with higher quality. To be able to afford the higher quality for drones, we were forced to raise prices. Here's a financial snapshot for our year 15 results, which was the end. For determining our gross profit, we calculated our revenue, which was $828,000, $828,953. And then we took out the cost of goods, which was $392,000 with $291. And then gross profit was $436,662 was our final number. As you can see, we steadily increased year to year for our revenues, except for year 10. And we saw that besides this, our exchange rates we were able to figure out, but that's why we dipped down, was because of exchange rates and we didn't handle it as well as we should have. Now I'm going to pass it on to Drew Hawkins.
We paid close attention to what other teams did last year to help us come up with the best results possible for our company. It would get tricky at times to maintain our image rating, EPS, return on equity, and our credit rating. It was important for us to keep our lower costs and still have good quality on cameras and drones. We noticed how other teams would charge more and still have a better quality at times, but this was harder for us to compete and still have good scoring measures. Moving on to our strategic plans, our team learned through the first couple of years of what we wanted our marketing technique to be and how we would compete with the other teams. We didn't want to make any big decisions or jumps with our numbers at first. We were able to experience with the first practice rounds of what we wanted to do and what we didn't want to do. Towards the end of this simulation, we decided we needed to up our prices, and that included raising everything else as well. Throughout the years, we stayed towards the middle of the pack, and at times we would get bonus points. After completing the whole simulation and evaluating our decisions, maybe it would have been a good idea to make those bigger decisions sooner rather than later. And our key takeaways from the simulation would be image rating. We had to sacrifice the image rating sometimes to get our EPS and ROE where it needed to be, either meet our projections or the investor expectations. In our stock repurchasing, we found that when we were slightly less than the investor expectations for EPS, once we bought back stocks, our EPS would rise. In our credit rating, by maintaining a high credit rating, we never had to worry about that bringing us down after the deadlines year by year. In fact, we never dropped below an A- credit rating. And that's it for our overall yearly simulation evaluation. Thank you.